Not another Instagram selfie. In this presentation, I want to reach out to my LinkedIn network and I want to give you some of my best advice about how to use this time to create content that builds rapport and generates income while serving a greater purpose. My name's Nader Nadernejad. I specialize in digital marketing and online reputation management. I also work in communications, and I think this is the best time to help your audience through the hardships that they're facing, but also a time to nurture relationships with new audiences. And that's what I want to help you do. Before we jump into this, I want to let you know I'm right here, I'm local in Halifax, and I love this community so much. But whether you're watching this video from Halifax or anywhere in the world, I want you to know I want to send you heartfelt wishes, and I hope you stay safe and you can use this time to gain some clarity not only in your business but in your personal life. Here's a little bit about me. My background is in digital marketing, but I specialize in online reputation management. I have 100,000 students on Udemy where I teach courses like digital marketing and online reputation. I also teach public speaking and a lot of skills that you'll see in this video as well, like presentation skills and phone confidence skills. I just pack all of the lessons that I've learned, a lot of them subjective, into these courses, and based on the ratings, having a 4.3 overall rating and 100,000 students, people find them very helpful. I also have 12,000 hyperlocal YouTube subscribers from Halifax, Nova Scotia. These subscribers watch my content and they want to learn new information about our city. Most of them are super interested in Halifax. I get the best analytics on videos that are about Halifax culture, about Halifax lifestyle. There's so much energy and spark and enthusiasm from people around the world in our city. I've partnered on social media campaigns with Circle K, TD Bank, Canadian Tire, and the Canadian Mental Health Association. I've also been called a part-time digital nomad because I've traveled the world and I've worked out of startup and co-working spaces like Dojo Bali, Camp at Maya in Chiang Mai. I've worked out of Malaysia, I've worked out of Europe, and I've met many people around the world who specialize in running online businesses. So in today's video, I want to talk about how can we build rapport with an audience? How do we get audiences to trust us? Then I want to talk about how to take those initial members who begin to trust you and have an interest in your content, and how do we grow a meaningful audience out of that? And then how do we generate income with that audience? How do we leverage that audience? And how do we provide constant and consistent value to retain the audience? Next step, how do we build what I personally call a content ecosystem? How do we build a body of work that works organically for you over time? So each year you start to stack your influence and stack the reach and traffic, bringing that traffic back to a place, back to a call to action to grow your business, but also to strategically use that traffic in a time of crisis to keep your business afloat. Next, and the most important thing, is how do we use this to serve a greater purpose? This is about content creation, but it's about not creating another Instagram selfie, not creating another piece of shallow content because you need something. It's about giving back. And that's what I want to challenge you to think about during this time. So step number one, it's all about rapport. How do we build that connection with our audience initially? Well, you don't find the content, it finds you. If you're already in an established niche or industry, this is going to be different. But within that niche or within that industry, if you're in construction, you need to post 20 or 30 different pieces of content. This is going to inform you about what content works and what content doesn't. For example, I've never made a slideshow like this on LinkedIn before. I will take the feedback from this slideshow, how people respond to it, and I may do it again and I may not. If I get overwhelming response to this, I'll probably do it again. And that's a great place to start. You don't find the content finds you. So you're responsible for creating that content schedule and pumping out content. But you need to see where the feedback happens. If you publish 20 to 30 pieces of content and you have 2 or 3 that are performing the best, that is the piece of content that has found you. That is the piece of content you need to start creating more of. That's where the hinge lies for how you're going to create that relationship with your audience. It's predicated on that one piece of content. You'll catch a new pattern or an undersaturated part of the marketplace. And this is a really important thing for you to understand. Once that piece of content works, you found something other people don't know. This is a very valuable piece of information. And the next step for you is to 10x your output on that successful piece of content. Create more of it and find what platform it works the best. Once you've tested 30, test that great piece of content across networks on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Where does it perform best? That's going to be your home base. Next, you need to create a schedule to pump out the content that's working regularly. This is the perfect time to do it. We're in a crisis situation. People are looking for content that resonates with them, and they're looking for people who care and understand them. So try to show this through your content and use this valuable time to inform yourself. I started making so much YouTube content around 5 years ago, and none of it was sticking. No one was watching it. 2, 3, 4 views a video. And then I made one video about Halifax. It got 40,000 views, and I knew I would become a Halifax content creator. And a lot of my personal brand has hinged on my ability to build international relationships among people interested in Halifax. Now that's slightly different than what I do in my professional life, but it's something that keeps me going. And it's something that I do because it's my way to contribute and give back. It's not all business focused, but I guarantee you when people look at working with me or working together, they see my ability to build relationships with others. And I can always go back into that audience that I've created and use that. If I do need to build a working relationship in the future, I can monetize my channel, and some of it is monetized already, but it's not focused on that. It's focused on giving back. So step number 1 is really building up that body of work. You've tested all that content, you found content that works, you've 10x'd it, you're building that relationship, and it's about giving back. It's not all about business, right? This is the time where we should be focused on doing positive things, creating positive things for other people. But step 2 is generating the income, because it's important also to be viable. Cash, money, it's the lifeblood of your business, and I understand that as well. So you need to start moving some of this content onto paid platforms, whether you are making it a subscription model to access the content, whether you're monetizing your YouTube videos with AdSense if you're getting enough views, whether you're writing sponsored blog posts with affiliate links. There are so many different ways to do this, but one thing I've done is moved a lot of my marketing content onto online education sites. So I sell courses on marketing. I've since stopped doing that, but that's something that really helped take me to the next level, and that's something I recommend you consider if you can offer something like that in your industry. A care package, a help package, a course, something that other people can pay for to get valuable advice. When you're generating income, a lot of people want to jump onto paid advertising, but I always recommend maxing out your organic reach first. Some people say, hey, that's harder. How am I ever going to max out organic reach? It's actually easier. When people see advertisements come across their page, they're a little bit more skeptical. How many YouTube pre-roll ads or Facebook ads have you seen that are luring you in to buy something? People are done seeing that. They want to find how-to content organically on the internet and learn from it and say, this person really helped me and I kind of like them. And then they'll go and inquire more about your business. And this is where call to actions in all of your content become very important. So remember, when you're building relationships with your audience at this time, you want those calls to action at the beginning of each and every video. What is that call to action? Is it getting people to subscribe to your email list? What is the number one action that drives revenue? Is it making phone calls with prospects? Put your number down. Is it capturing product leads? Is it getting people to get to the checkout section of your page? Maybe you should advertise the best product in the beginning of every single piece of video content if it's evergreen. So these are things to focus on. But also focus on serving that greater purpose. Once you have a calls to action in each video, you can just focus on that purpose, and your business is going to rise as you contribute to that purpose. Another thing I recommend is answer questions, attend events, be active, respond to emails, even if it is to contribute to direct revenue, because these people could always come along again. It's starting that relationship. It's getting that word of mouth. It's finding people who trust you, and it's about building a community. Foster growth with other people, and that's something that's going to help you with the income phase. So you're creating a content ecosystem. You have all this content on the internet. You've moved some of it to paid. Hopefully you're breaking even on some of that, because if you're using organic networks to sell your courses or to sell your books, you can do Amazon, Kindle Direct Publishing. There's so many things you can do. Then you're probably bringing in some extra revenue. And if you build up these paid pieces of content, just like your free pieces of content, you begin to build what I call the ecosystem. You have hundreds of videos. I have 570 videos on YouTube working for me on one channel, 30 videos working for me on another channel, a few articles for me on LinkedIn, 2 books on Amazon. This is an ecosystem. They work together, they link to each other, they establish authority within your industry, and they help you get to that next stage. So You're creating an ecosystem. It's not about one standalone piece of content. And then you can leverage this ecosystem to give back to other people. If I do a campaign for all of my books, I might make book sales. If I do a campaign around my videos, I might get more views or AdSense dollars on it. That's not really a tangible good idea, but it's an example. And you can leverage these ecosystems in times of crisis, but you need to make sure you do it in a thoughtful way. Obviously, when, let's say, COVID hits, you don't want to reach out to this email with a big ask. You want to give back. You want to give back as much as possible. And you don't want to cover it up. You don't want to say, for now, get 7 days free, then pay $50. You don't want that, but you want to be very thoughtful. If there's an essential service somebody definitely needs in this time, think about how to make it more accessible, but in a way that also keeps your business alive. You want to keep your business alive, right? That's important. Your business helps stimulate the economy, but you also have to be thoughtful of others. So keep serving that greater purpose. Keep posting that content. And think of your content more like an ecosystem. If you have any questions about digital marketing or want to learn more about how to leverage your business in a time of crisis, feel free to reach out to me at 705-559-8154. That's 705-559-8154. You can also reach out to my email at nader@nadernejad.com or reach out to me on Instagram. I'll respond with a voice message. Now, I'm not accepting clients right now. I'm very busy. My goal is just to help you and put out free content. There's no sell here. I'm passionate about Halifax. Let's talk about the city. And I hope this helps you.